In the last game, we saw some 4 runouts, and the ground fielding was superb. Being a fielding coach of the team, how do you think the guys are training well to deal with the tournament, the pressure and everything?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is how you prepare. I always say to the guys that how we are in the field is an indication of where we're at as a team. So our attitude is important. I can deal with guys making errors if their attitude is good and the intensity is high. And that's what we saw in the last game. A couple of errors here and there, but great attitude, great intensity, and that brought us a couple of run-outs, a great catch, and a great catch in the game before. So yeah, I mean, it's been particularly good. It's just the start of the tournament, so our key will be to try and maintain that intensity going the whole way through, which hopefully we can do.
Last year it was a letdown for all the Delhi Devils fan and for the team itself. I mean, this year, what special do you see in the team? I mean, the fighting instinct we have seen so far in the 3 matches. I mean, they're going for the kill. They're diving to stop the ball. Do you see the spark in the field this time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still early days, so you don't want to, make any unrealistic comments and expectations of the team. It's like I said, it's still very early in the tournament. But for me, the attitude has been great. Perhaps last year at times it was lacking for whatever reason. It's not for me to say what the reasons were. My focus is to make sure that it's there this year, and so far so good.
Who do you think is the best fielder in the side?
Yeah, it's so difficult to point out who I think is the best because it's so early on. We've got some really good fielders in our group now, which is great to see. Yogesh Nagar is proving himself in the field, which is great to see. I mean, even though he didn't play in the last game, Dougie Bracewell's catch in the second game, and you don't see catches like that too often. So all round, there's guys who field well in certain positions in our field, and no one in particular. And the most important thing is your fielding side is only as strong as who your weakest fielder is. So to make sure our weakest fielder is really a good fielder, will ensure that our group as a whole is a good unit.
Who gives you the tough time in the fielding practice?
Oh, again, I mean, it's still such early days. No one gives me a tough time. I think, coming from South Africa, we've always prided ourselves on making sure that our fielding standards are very high. So to try and bring that into the Delhi Daredevil setup is my focus. To try and make sure that we maintain our standards all the time is important. And I know that in T20 games, a game will be decided by fielding, not by the batting or the bowling. So if we can make sure that on that day we're the best side in the field, we're going to win some very tight games purely by how well we do in the field.
Any message for the Delhi Daredevils fans? Because they were disappointed last year. This year they're seeing the spark in the team. So any message for them?
The only message is it's awesome that to get to the Kotla and see the crowd and see them in their numbers and listen to the noise they make when we're doing well. All I can hope is that we continue to give you that intensity, continue to show those skills off in the field, and then you guys can just continue to support us the way you have.